Took me 3 years to go from a self-taught tattoo artist to a professional winning multiple awards at conventions. Here's everything that I did step by step to get me to that point and the things that you can do to replicate that same process. Since then, tattooing has taken me around the world. I've tattooed amazing clients, traveled to amazing places. I've literally done everything that I wanted to do in tattooing.
My guy Che,
You know my homie Che.
Che had this awesome idea.
So at the beginning of my journey, I bought a kit online. I tattooed myself. I tattooed my friends, my cousin, but this isn't a way that I wanted to learn how to tattoo. I wanted to pay my dues and do an apprenticeship because I knew that was the most respectful way of doing it in the industry. Now, quickly, I learned that once I got my apprenticeship, not all apprenticeships are good. You can have an apprenticeship with a mentor that is self-taught, that doesn't have great information. There's a high chance that you're going to be left alone to self-teach and figure things out for yourself, even though you're in an apprenticeship. Now, I stuck with this for about 18 months. I was looking for better alternatives, but being in a studio and learning a little bit with experience is better than not tattooing at all. I was wasting time because I didn't have a structure, a method or a process that I was learning by, so it was just completely intuition. It wasn't until that I went to my first tattoo convention, and this was the first time that I saw artists tattooing slowly. I'm seeing them do their own drawings, create their own artwork, even freehand amazing tattoos, and I knew that they had a structure and a method and a process that I could learn as well. So being introduced to this new side of tattooing and having my mind opened up like this, I began to learn the correct ways to draw. I began to learn drawing methods, the types of shadows, and I did exercises that were actually helping me progress in my drawing. And it's going to teach you where to put shadows and why, and you're not just guessing anymore. Now you have a process. To take things to the next level, I knew that getting tattooed by people that I admired would give me a lot of time to sit down with artists who did work that I wanted to do, and that helped me see their techniques, the ways that they set up, the machines they used. I would watch everything they did like a hawk. I wanted to know, how much ink are you putting in your ink caps to make your drop system? What machine are you using? What voltage are you using? How fast is your hand speed to get the results that you do? So I was getting good tattoos, but I was also paying for a little bit of inside knowledge as much as they were willing to give me. And on top of this, I was kind of planting the seeds of networking for potential opportunities later on once I knew I would later want to go and work with them. So getting tattooed does a lot of things. So after doing this for about 2 years, I gained a lot more experience and understanding of what tattooing was. And this helped me tattoo with more confidence, draw with more confidence. And once you're doing it with more confidence and more understanding, you're going to get better results. I started getting the better results. I moved to another studio where I was taught a little bit more about tattooing. I relocated, I left my hometown. I went to go and work in Northern Ireland. Now, having this opportunity to move, this immersed me in professional, high quality tattooing pretty much full time. So my only opportunity beforehand of seeing great professional artists work was either book in with them to get tattooed or watch over them at a tattoo convention. So now I've got the opportunity to move. I'm doing better artwork. I'm being trusted with a studio's clientele. But at the same time, we were traveling to different conventions, doing guest spots, and I was just immersed with artists all over the world that were doing different styles, and it gave me an opportunity to learn tattooing very broadly. I wasn't trying to learn just what I wanted to do. I learned tattooing from all different angles, all different cultures, all over the world, all different styles. People are gonna use different machines differently, using different techniques. So learning tattooing from different styles and different cultures, it helped me understand the different ways that we need to adapt to the craft of tattooing to get the results that we want. So when I'm teaching tattooing, it doesn't matter if I'm teaching someone that wants to do fine line, black and gray realism, like what I do, or if they want to do bold color, traditional Japanese. The things that I've learned when it comes to the technical tattooing side, the machine, the voltage, the hand speed, the depth, the stroke, and then when it comes to artistically, the design, shadows, flow, contrast, composition, all of these different things, you're best to learn from as many different styles and as many different artists as possible, because it will continue to open your mind as a tattoo artist. The more your mind is open up, the more you soak up, and the more skills and techniques and methods that you have at your disposal to use in your work. This is how you grow as an artist. The real process of tattooing is understanding your 5 variables and what you need to do to get the results you want, and then mixing it with your understanding of art, your composition, your contrast, your tones, the types of shadows, where things go and why. My tattoo started to get better and better the more that I understood these two concepts and the more that I focused on bringing them together in every tattoo. Now, all of that doesn't necessarily come easy. It takes a crazy amount of work, practice and consistency to keep practicing these things, to actually learn them and implement them in every tattoo to make sure that you're constantly progressing. The fact that I relocated, I was alone and I was really committed to my craft is what helped me achieve all of this in such a short period of time. Around the 3-year mark is when I did a tattoo convention with the artist that I went to work with in Northern Ireland. There was international artists from all over the world, Italy, America, all over Asia. I won 4 awards in one day for Best Realism, Best of Day, Best Portrait and Best Black and Grey. My awards are literally right here behind me now. It's still one of the most successful single days in tattooing that I've ever had. Because of it, I was in magazines, I was starting to get invited to different studios. I relocated to London for a short time to go and work with artists who specialized in black and grey. I knew that because I was specializing in black and grey, the next step for me to focus on that was to go to a studio who can help me really refine my black and grey tattooing. We would go to Italy, study Michelangelo, Bernini, see statues in person, take our own reference pictures, draw the reference pictures and the statues. And if we take a look from where I started, drawing with no method and no process, now I'm doing basically fine art, and everything that I'm doing is built with nothing but method and structure and a process. So if you hear people say trust the process in art, this is kind of what I was building up to. I was building my process and my system, my formula that helps me build the tattoos and drawings that I do. So I was probably around 5 or 6 years into tattooing when I decided that I wanted to move home. It culminated to me coming home and opening my own studios and building my own team of artists and apprentices. So I moved home in 2016, and so for the last 8 years or so, I've opened different studios, I've apprenticed multiple artists and raised them to successful tattoo careers where they all tattoo full-time today. So now, naturally, it's your turn to learn from me. My online course that I made, this YouTube channel, thebuzzacademy.com, it is all made so that I can give you a roadmap of everything that I've just explained to you, everything that I did to become a successful professional tattoo artist, to draw, to tattoo, and to network and build a career for yourself as a professional tattoo artist. Click the link in the description to apply for my online course. And even if you're not ready for the course and you want to take part in my weekly challenges, then click the link below that for my Skool community, and you can practice drawing and tattooing exercises with me and my community every week to keep you on track.
The Buzz.